Good evening, Bursar and classmate. My name is Alan Lloyd, and today we're going to talk about the Law 462. We're going to try to address the Panamanians to this law, and we're going to present some details about the law. So, today we're going to discuss the laws 462 and a very significant reform in Panama that introduced a crucial change to the Social Security funds. In that case, it's specifically affecting the law 551 of the 2005. This law was sanctioned on March 18 of the 2025, and its primary aim is to reform the pension and retirement system along with other aspects of the social security in the country. So, saying this, what we is going to do some change to the law 51. In that case, we really need a change on that law because what the law was created in the moment when the country was, we have over 20 years that this law happened, and we have a lot of changes on the street. For example, let's do a little breakdown of most relevant aspect of the law. First of all, we have to mention that no immediate change to the retirement age. What means this, that if you're going to retire soon, on the next 10 years or 7 years, your age will not change. What it says here that women will still at the 57 and the men's will be still at the 62. It says here that up to however, a review of the points is anticipated within the next 6 years. So that means in 6 years they will review again the age of the retirement. So right now they not changing the age, but they might do it in 6 years, or their attempt to do it, or see what are the process if they have to do it or not. So this is something like controversial because they're not saying like, hey, we're going to change it, but they're not saying, hey, we're not going to change it. It's like it depends of the situation of the moment. Remember that all the years the country is changing, and that might be the reason why they don't want to close this aspect of the age in the country. So the second topic of the second point that we're going to see is a straighter increase in employer contributions. What means this? The law established a gradual increase on the contributions that companies must make to the disability, old age, and death. So, in the next years, the company will be having some increase. For example, into February, from now to February 2027, the company will be having an increase of 13.25%. Moving forward from March 27 to February 29, there will be an increase for 14.25%, and from March and outwards, it will be an increase of 15.25%. Okay, so in that case, remember that this increase are not for the employer, it's for the employment. The company have to take care of it's for the employer, not for employment. In that case, the company will have to take care of this increase of the contribution. Another topic, another point that we can take here or work with it will be the solidarity capitalization of contribution. A warranty solidarity pension is introduced based on the accumulated contributions in individual's account. So in this case, it depends on how much votes you have done, or how much contribution you have, and that will be separate. There will not be like a general. For example, if you complete your quotes, or you complete your payments, you will have your full pension or partial of it. What it says here is from the best years of contribution. For example, if you have 15 years for workers It will be 15 year for the workers and the last 25 years. If you have 25 years of contribution and average monthly salary of 2,000, that will be like the top, or the best 20 years for those within the last 30 years of contribution. So those are the changes that we have. The mandatory affiliation for independent workers. Remember that in last year we have really big increase of those independent workers, and now with this laws that we'll have to start to making contributions to the social security. Remember that, as I mentioned it before at the beginning, things have been changed in the country, and a lot of the population are independent workers. So they're looking for this person where they can have like a benefit on the social security funds, and they can help with this. So automatic affiliations, we already talked about that. That's on the dependent workers. Improve the benefit for widows and children. So in this case, it says that it will be improving the situation for widows and children of deceased insured individuals compared to previous legislation. Recovery of funds due to patrimonial responsibility. Okay, this is a topic that we always speak about, that they say that they will be protecting the funds, that they will be looking for those persons that have work and responsibility with those funds, and they're going to put it in jail. And it's more of the same. This is the reason why this law, I don't want to start there. Let me just continue with the points. After that, I will give you my personal conclusion, and you will have your own conclusion on your side. So it says here, oversight and transparency. The allows strength, governance, oversight, transparency, and anti-corruption measures with the Social Security funds. So in that case, as I tell you, I was going to anticipate, but in this case, in the personal way that I feel is that Panamanians really don't trust on the governments. The reason of this is because the last years or the last governments that have been going through on the country, they always do the same. They say, hey, I'm going to fight for the corruption, no corruption, no corruption. And at the end, you will see how they spend the millions of dollars, how the Social Security funds are taken without no one going to jail, so no one giving back the money that they took at the moment. So this is one of the reasons why Panamanians really don't believe and the integrity of this law, or because they are living too much things open. For example, in the age, like, hey, you will not have increase, but in 6 years we are going to review if there's going to be or not. It depends a lot of I understand the governments that they're thinking in the future, because we don't know how it's going to be the activity in that moment. And I understand the country because we're fighting always with the corruption and how they handle those funds. We really don't trust and those in the governments at this moment. That's mostly of the situation why the professors are in the street of fighting for this law. So that will be all my presentation for today. I hope you have really good information about all this process. This was a speech more related to information, where you can have it on your site. So my name is Alan Lloyd. I hope you have an excellent day.